Yo, what up? Check this out. We're going to talk about putting people's existence over your purpose, right? And speaking to men, and this kind of goes in general context, right? Speaking to men, you won't want to put a woman, put her existence over your purpose. Your goals and your purpose and your vision should be larger than her. When she wants a man that has vision, has purpose. She wants a man that can lead, and she wants to follow. Usually, typically, I believe women want to follow a man that have a purpose, right? But that also means that man has to be a worthy man, right? A worthy man's life purpose will become an additive to hers. And that's not to take away from her. See, some people get hung up on the word subordinate, right? Because I made a post that says, don't put her at the center of your existence. Your goal should be larger than her. She wants to subordinate herself to a worthy man's life purpose and help him achieve that purpose. Now, the thing about this is that a lot of people tend to focus in on maybe on that one word, subordinate, right? Which means that you're kind of lower than the man. But this isn't for everybody. I want people to understand that as well. This isn't for everybody. There are certain things that people have to understand that certain cultures have went through, right? So if you focusing on the subordinate part, and it sounds more like me saying this is me being angry with women. By no means does anything that I just said angry with women, right? How does a man finding his purpose? How does a man following his vision? When a man's purpose and his mission becomes one, he become one with his mission and his purpose, right? Because the flip side of that is that a man that has no purpose, a man that has no vision, you're following, what are you following, right? Most men want a woman that can, they can lead, or a woman that is submissive, but that the man doesn't have anything to teach that woman. Does not have anything that he can give of substance and value because he have not added value to himself. So if you are a man that is seeking personal development, you are a man that is coming in tune with knowledge of self, you are a man that has been in tune with his purpose and has found his purpose, how can we turn that into a negative thing? Because the opposite side of that is a man that don't know himself, then he search for himself outside of things that is positive, such as pimping, such as running the streets, such as, just doing things that is toxic, that is not becoming of his divine masculine self. So it's just a trip to me to hear women say that, well, you sound angry. Let me ask you a question. Are you really angry with women? How can I be angry with women? And how can you read something of a man saying that find yourself, man, and put your purpose and your vision over that woman's existence? You should never look for yourself inside of another person to please things that you should be happy with internally with yourself anyway. This goes for men and women. I would tell women the same thing. And it's funny because I bet if I told that to women, that same message would probably be championed. It will be supported, right? But because it's me speaking in the role of a man and speaking for men, I'm not the spokeswoman for women. I'm not the spokesperson for women, right? So I can't speak for women. And sometimes as men, we speak for ourselves, and then there's a immediate divide to say, well, if I'm speaking for men, then it should apply to women. That's kind of like a no-brainer, but that also shows me the level of comprehension that some people have. Your comprehension skills only goes to with the level that you're at. So if you took it as me being angry by telling men to find their purpose, find themselves, sit in solitude, learn to love yourself and be okay with that. And then when you are in alignment, you will find a woman that will be in alignment with you, with your purpose. You will then come to support your purpose. Every piece on the chessboard have a specific purpose. Does not mean that subordinate and you want to focus in on that one word mean that the woman is less than the man. Does not mean that. And if you understand from my culture, which will be coming from a place of disempowered energy, right? So when women picked up the feminine movement, that was European women not having the ability to work. Our people were still black and underneath the thumb of racism. So this episode of Welcome to the Jungle is brought to you by FFB Approved. the #1 financial literacy course creation that you can find. You can find a Navy Federal course inside. Learn how to optimize OPM, other people's money. Learn how to leverage the bank's money so that you can learn to get to a bag. That's the first step, is cleaning your credit up, and then move over into business funding as well, showing you how to structure your business completely, helping you understand what your credit report needs to look like, helping you understand what your business credit report needs to look like, and how to fully function and structure your business out. So if you want to make sure that you tap into www.ffbapproved.com, get the latest and greatest info. So when I hear and I speak for my people. Let's just be clear about that, right? I never come from a standpoint of all people. I speak for my people. And again, I'm not going to put myself in position to speak for my women, because collectively they have to identify that. Collectively, us men as collective identity, we have to identify what it is like to be a man and what manhood looks like for us, because it's being changed every single day. So make no mistake that if men are speaking for men to women to give education, sometimes it just needs to be silence and just listen. Same on the opposite end. If women are teaching men exactly what it takes to nurture a woman, what the needs are, it's men's job to listen. Sometimes people listen just to have a rebuttal. That tells me that you're not listening. You're only hearing me and you're formulating a reply in your head just so you can have a rebuttal. That's not listening. And you having bad comprehension skills when you do that. So at the end of the day, I don't see how anybody can take me telling men to have enough love in themselves, have enough pride in themselves, have enough vision to become a visionary, to sit in solitude and understand yourself and find your purpose. And when you find your purpose, put your purpose first before any other person, for that woman. Because at the end of the day, like, what does that look like on the opposite end? That woman wants to be the center of your world. She wants to be the center of your world, and she's not the center of your world, then conflict resides, right? So that breeds conflict now. And that takes you off of your journey and your path. I tell men, not just like I tell women, but I'm gonna speak specifically for brothers right now. Never let somebody take you off your life's path. Your life have a meaning, it has a purpose, it has a journey, and it's going to be on you to find that and find out what that is. But again, don't look for things outside of yourself, and I can't see again how that can be taken so misconstrued. So we're going to have the next show, we definitely going to have my co-host jump in and give a perspective from a woman's view, especially on the topic of self-empowerment, self-improvement, and personal development. Because again, you should be learning to love yourself enough to where you are not looking for love and looking for things outside yourself. I'm never going to make anybody the existence of my world. I am the existence in the center of my world, and things come in to add to that, just as I come into somebody else's world to become an additive. There's nothing wrong with being used. You want to be used, because if you cannot be used, then you're not useful. Just don't misuse me, right? Just don't misuse me. So that is where the problem come in, is when you become misused. And again, I don't know how anybody took that personal. And if you did, that's something you have to sit with yourself, because there's a lot of projection on a man saying, men, love yourself, brothers. Love yourself. In so many words, start acting like, the bad bitch syndrome, to where you understand what you bring to the table, but you got to add value to yourself. That way you can add value to others, and then you become valuable. Okay, so never let somebody tell you that, you sound angry because you're speaking up for yourself. You're speaking positive into yourself. You're speaking positivity into yourself. You're speaking affirmations. You're speaking love into yourself. You're speaking abundance into yourself. And you are making sure that you understand yourself and what you bring to the table, because you have added value to yourself. Never let nobody tell you that that's wrong. You sound like an angry man, or, you're misogynistic, or you're coming from a patriarchal standpoint. Like, no, those are all Eurocentric ideologies. And if people subscribe to that, by all means, you got to let them live within that truth. It does not need to be explained. Some women that understand the systematic oppression that we've been through, to understand that Black men have been underneath the thumb, and we only see negative examples of what manhood should look like. We only seen toxicity of what manhood should look like in every movie, in every film, in every aspect of, television, tell lie vision. You understand? So we only see that. So when we go out into the world and we try to court a woman, sometimes it takes for us to go through toxicity, right? But if a man is telling you that, man, you should love yourself and love your purpose and have a vision and put your vision and your purpose first, that means that you're no longer chasing a woman. You're attracting exactly what it is that's going to fulfill and be an additive and support your vision. Then it makes it easier for us ladies to support your vision, because we're now activated and reacting and operating in our most maximum and higher capacity in our higher self. So that's the word for today. Peace. Tapped in with Welcome to the Jungle.